right now. And you know, David, some say Ripple could be the next Bitcoin. What do you think, Brad? Is that a compliment that Ripple could be the next Bitcoin?
Well, I think if we're solving a real problem and it's at scale, then I think it's a compliment. I think the most important thing that is going on in crypto is understanding what is real and what is just hype. Some, I think, may look back on Bitcoin and find that it was the Napster of digital assets. What I mean by that is Napster was the first to digitize music and demonstrate, hey, if you digitize music, you can do a lot of cool things with that. But ultimately, they were circumventing trademark laws, they were circumventing royalty payments, and government stepped in, and Napster was not successful. But Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, they were very successful. I think what you'll find is that maybe the next generation of digital assets ends up solving some of the original problems that Bitcoin set out to solve.
So Ripple next.
So I like to call Ripple the teacher's pet of cryptocurrencies, and I will continue to troll the CEO of Ripple, but I have to agree with him. Teacher's pet is totally right that sometimes being teacher's pet pays off long term. So I don't see Ripple overtaking Bitcoin for a long time, and I do actually agree with his argument that when the regulators come in, so the one thing he's kind of tricking you guys or is kind of shady is that, you know, Bitcoin isn't stealing any kind of intellectual property. It's not a stealth coin, because I do see regulators coming in and maybe, like, we have to go down on the chart, so I'll go down. See, Monero is like the biggest stealth coin. I see maybe regulators saying, hey, this is no bueno. We're going to, you know, just kind of how like Napster ran into regulation problems. But Bitcoin is just a pure currency, and yes, Ripple is more investor banker friendly, so that might help in some ways. But at the same time, the whole idea of cryptocurrency was to be decentralized and not be controlled, not be manipulated. And Ripple is, I mean, you might as well call it, you know, the banker coin, right? Teacher pet banker coin. So I'm not trolling Ripple. Ripple. I think it's still a great long-term asset. I own Ripple. It's been really crappy for me recently. I wish I like sold most of it at $3 or $2 when it hit. I did get out of a lot of my Ripple position, so I'm happy about that. But I do still own, I would say maybe like 5%, 10% Ripple. And even though it is a top 5 coin, and I recommend the top 5 coins, I mean, I own more Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. I don't know if I own more Cardano. I might own a little more Cardano than I own Ripple. So like I said, Ripple's not a big holding of mine. But at the same time, he does make a good argument, and I wouldn't, you know, troll Ripple too hard, because the long-term outlook of Ripple, it could become one of the like superior cryptocurrencies. And if banks adopt it and then they kind of push it that way, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Napster. I mean, sorry, Pandora, or what was the other one that he mentioned? So those music services, you know, I'm not a big fan of, but they're superior to Napster, and I do see that happening. So, you know, Ripple, although it is the teacher's pet, and it's not the best thing in the world, I mean, it could end up being the Spotify or Pandora. So I wouldn't, like I said, I own very little Ripple right now, and to be honest, now that I'm making this video, I'm probably going to go buy some Ripple, especially if the price keeps going down, because I do feel like any cryptocurrency portfolio should have a little bit of Ripple. And in fact, I have, if you want to go through my channel, there was these other portfolios I was sharing, and I think they held about 10% Ripple, and I think that is a good idea. I think that you can have a little less, you can have a little more, but I feel like if you're not in that 10% range of Ripple, you will miss out, especially at this price too, because it is getting crushed. So let me know what you guys think. I will continue to call Ripple the teacher's pet, continue to troll, and like I said, we'll follow Ripple and see what happens. So I'm not like a Ripple hater, but at the same time, I mean, I definitely own a lot more of other currencies. So let me know what you guys think about Ripple, and I will talk to you guys soon.